Hello, hello. It is Monday evening. Beautiful evening, however, there are a few things we have to talk about. So, life was going okay until I watched this video.
By all these things, keep going, right? So, anyways, in this book, Show Your Work, right? As I was reading this right now, I came across this chapter called Share Something Little Every Day. Thesis of that chapter is, thesis or the idea of the chapter is, send out a daily dispatch. Meaning,
Send out a daily dispatch. That's an interesting concept. Send out a daily dispatch. I can repeat it 1,000 times and it still hits home. I think something needs to be done. We need to figure out what this is and why am I feeling this restless after reading this. So, let's get to work. So what I did was I started to Google what is a dispatch. The sending of someone or something to a destination or a purpose. So what am I sending? Sending something to someone. Who am I sending it to? For a purpose, what's the purpose? Yeah, right. Destination, what's the destination? Yeah. Too many questions to answer. So let's look at it the other way around. You know, the reason it hits me this hard at this time of the day is that what sort of a void is this filling inside me? So there must be an empty space that gets filled up with watching something that is, maybe I found the word, that is so inspiring. And inspiration is perhaps the word that lights this proverbial fire under my ass, and probably being a little uncomfortable once again with the status quo is not a bad thing. So let's move on and try to deep dive and figure out what is a dispatch and how can we share it every day. So like every self-respecting designer, I have a Notion page, and the Notion page has a list of things that I need to think about, work on more interesting projects, document and package projects in a way that they can be shared with others, create templates or systems to make sense, font selection, titles, diagrams, take all the work out of things by thinking about it once, crack the B-rolls, build a system for B-rolls. How can we use different platforms, Notion to do something, Loom, Tela, Miro, Adobe Premiere, and then the distribution platforms that we can use for Insta and let's say YouTube and Facebook. Do I even want to do something on Facebook? I don't know, man. So, show your work. This has to move. A daily dispatch, which we already spoke about, needs to be a packaged idea or a thought or a design or something. Let's just say yeah, it's a gift for everyone, and we do this through a systematic framework. That means that you got 3 parts. Okay, so let's look at this again. So we've got A, you're about to do something and you can share the process of what you're about to do. Number B, sometimes you're already doing something and you can show what you're already doing. And C is when you've actually done with something. So just show what it is in the end. So I think job done. Yeah, that was easy. You know how sometimes when you read something, a lot of stuff starts coming back to you. The energy is there, the direction is there, the motivation, the inspiration, everything sort of comes together as a big ball that you can then start rolling. So somehow this book puts it all together for me, So So share like an artist some of the points. You don't have to be a genius. Think process, not product. Share something small every day. This is what I can do. I can do this. I can think process and not product. That is totally up my alley. Don't turn into a human spam. This is going to be difficult, and learn to take a punch. I know how to take a punch. So if I sort of look at the channels that I've used or the platforms that I've used to share my ideas over the last few years, YouTube, Design Hustle, where I made a lot of architectural videos, UX videos. It needs to sort of come together. There's a lot of motivation there as well. And then Instagram, Design Hustle channel, where I started this experiment of exactly this. And now I can sort of put everything together. So I was doing these daily dispatches, and I did 60 non-stop days, and I only uploaded 40 of them. And they're still there. And the last video that was posted was in 2020, I think, just before Corona happened. And then I stopped. Why did I stop? And I feel, then I started a newsletter, and then I'm sharing all those ideas in text format. So it's just these different mediums that I'm working with, but maybe it can all come together. And I'm not going to make this really complicated in my head or in action. I need to be authentic. And this is how I think, this creative chaos that sort of puts things together. And the word that comes to mind is sprezzatura. It's an Italian word, and let's see what it means. Yeah, it means an Italian word that refers to the kind of effortless grace, the art of making something difficult look easy, or maintaining a nonchalant demeanor. I can do nonchalant and I can do effortless, or the art of making complicated things look effortless. So, where do we start? Or did we just make our first dispatch?